Hey everyone, it's Lala and you're watching Lala Tarot. Today we're going to be taking a look at two new Llewellyn decks that were sent to me today. I'm so excited to get into these decks and just show you guys what's coming into my collection. So go ahead and make sure that you're liking, subscribing, sharing, all of that wonderful stuff so that you are a part of the Lala Tarot family as I release new videos. Our new decks today are going to be the Fairy Tale Tarot, and we're also going to take a look at the Tarot of the Goddesses. Two new Llewellyn decks. Super excited to get into these babies, so stick with your girl. Like I said, make sure that you're subscribing and that you're with me for my next videos. Okay, so the first deck we're looking at today is the Fairy Tale Tarot. This is by Gulia Masoglia. Ooh, am I saying that correct, girl? I don't know, but we're going to stick with that, okay? So here it is, the Fairy Tale Tarot. Super cute, 78 tarot cards by Los Scarabeo. And I'm pretty sure it comes with one of those little thin pamphlet-like guidebooks. So let's go ahead and open her up. You know what? I have been so fascinated with these fairy tale tarots that have come out lately. We've got the Oracle, we've got the Tarot, we've got a lot of fairy tale stuff, and I'm here for it. So this one here is a two-piece box, which is really nice. I honestly thought this was going to be a tuck box, so I'm pleasantly surprised that this is a hard two-piece box, and that's very, very nice. Very plain inside of the box, as you guys can see. We're going to take a very quick peek at this here guidebook because I'm thinking that it's going to be in multiple languages. So let's just take a peek. And it definitely is in multiple languages, as I suspected. So no worries, no problems. You're not going to get any pictures or anything like that. But here you can kind of get a glimpse of how much information you're going to get from your guidebook. So that is that for our guidebook. And then the cards here we go. They are wrapped up. So let's take a look at this as well. I do have a little thing here to cut my decks. Let me see. Hold up. Let's take a look and see what we get. Let me see if I can open her up. There she go. Okay, let me see. Let's see what we get. Alright, so here are our little backs for this deck here. Interesting. When I think of fairy tale, I don't think of her. I don't think of she. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. Like this is not it for me. But we're gonna take a look and see more. I am seeing a little bit of wear on the side of that card right there. So let's hope it doesn't really stand out too much on the sides, but there you can kind of see. You can see a little bit that it will stand out just a little bit when we shuffle. But let's see, okay? So here we do have the title card. And then it jumps right into the Fool. We're not going to look at probably all of these because I do have some pairs for you guys that I want to show you. So we're only going to look at maybe some of them for our Fairy Tale Tarot. And I wanted to unbox these on camera for you guys because I'm a fairy tale girl, okay? One of my major categories in my collection is fairy tale, fairy, all of those different things. So when I got the Fairy Tale Tarot in my collection, I was like, yes, I am excited to check this out, and I really wanted to make sure I shared it with you all. But I will say, just based off of this art style, I'm not sure this is what I look for when I look for the fairy tale, you know? This isn't giving me fairy tale too much. I look for more whimsical decks. I'll look for things that I'm familiar with my childhood, things that are very nostalgic to me. And this just isn't giving that for me personally. But I would love to know what you guys think about this. Is this giving you what you think of when you think of fairy tale? Let me know below. Another thing about this deck that I am noticing is that the images, for me, they're quite harsh. You know, like some of these cards are very harsh. And I love using my fairy tale decks as inner child workings. And I'm just not sure if this is something that I personally could use for my inner child, because the cards can be a little bit harsh on some of those majors that we just took a look at. That being said, I do think the cup suit is a little bit fluffier, a little lighter. All right. What I'm going to do at this point is show you guys some of the things that I thought might pair pretty well with this deck. Obviously, I hadn't taken a look at it prior, so I wasn't really familiar enough to know exactly what would go with it. But I did pick out a couple of decks that I thought would, you know, pair nicely just based off of the title. So let's go ahead and jump into those pairings right about now. Okay, so for our pairings, I chose two different decks. The first one here is the Sisterhood of the Seers Oracle by Athena Lies. This is the first deck that I chose to try to pair with the Fairy Tale Oracle and just see if it works. I don't know, right? We're looking at these babies together. So let's just take a quick peek and see how the Sisterhood of the Seers works with this one here. These are the backings of it. Okay, this is a Hay House published deck. Very beautiful. I just wanted to take a quick peek and just kind of see how this baby works here with this deck. So let's do that now here. I'm going to place our oracle in the center just because it's pretty busy. And I want to just make sure I don't overwhelm it with too many of these tarot cards. So let's place this in the center and just kind of see how it looks and how it works together. So here's our oracle with our tarot. Here we have the Knight of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Seer of Shine. Creativity, see and be seen, and worthy. And then we have here the Joy in the in-between, the Two of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. What are you going to cut off? You know, maybe that you're weighing up two things, pros and cons. And there is some type of joy in the in-between of not knowing which way to go. Embrace that middle point, you know? That's kind of what this is saying here. King of Swords, dream your true north, and the Three of Pentacles. Oh, look at that. I got to mix the title card in there. Let's take that baby out. Here we have the Fool, release your agenda, and the Five of Pentacles. Oh, this feels very much like letting go and just kind of taking this leap of faith, releasing your agenda, what you want to happen, how you think things may happen, and just kind of embracing the unknown. All right, let's just get a feel, okay? Let's get a feel of how these go together. Let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna pull a few more. Again, just looking at those images and trying to get a good feel of how they work together. I'm not mad at it, to be honest with you. Like, I don't think it's perfect. I don't think it's like a perfect pair, but you know, I do like it. I mean, I'm not mad at it. Let me say that. I don't think it's perfect, but I could see, I'd be okay with using these together. What do you guys think? Okay, one more, and then we're gonna get into the second deck I chose for a potential pairing. The Hierophant, the Seer of Change, and the Ten of Pentacles. Surrender, acceptance, and fortitude. All right, let's get into the second deck I chose for the perfect pairing for this here Fairy Tale Tarot. The second deck I chose to pair with the Fairy Tale Tarot is, of course, the Fairy Tale Oracle by Kate Forces. This one is fairly new to my collection, so I'm still getting adjusted to it and wanting to find as many ways to work with it as absolutely possible. So anytime I have an opportunity to do so, I'm going to jump right in to do it. And so let's take a look and see how this baby here pairs with our new Fairy Tale Tarot. I already have the cards kind of laid out. We have our oracle here right in the middle and our new tarot cards on the edges. And so here we have the Hierophant with the magic ring, which talks about constancy, and the Ten of Pentacles. I love that. Okay, baby, when it comes to anything that's consistent, any type of commitment, any type of Ten of Pentacles, any type of Hierophant and constancy, I'm here for it as an air sign. We are a fixed sign, so this right here is all good with me. Let's look at the next little cards that come out. Here we have the Lovers with the Riddle, be open to possibilities, and the Page of Pentacles. I like that, but this is more of a fluid energy where the Lovers talks about choices, okay? The Page of Pentacles, maybe opportunities, potential, right? Be open to possibilities. So as an air sign, that's not me, but I really do appreciate that the messages are consistent here and they're congruent. They're working together very well. We have the Chariot, and Fairy Godmother talks about assistance, the Knight of Pentacles. Now, I will say I do like this pairing a lot better than our last potential pairing where we looked at the Sisterhood of the Seers. I like the Fairy Tale Oracle much better with this one here. I do think that the colors are flowing. I do think that the images are flowing quite well. I would be okay with using these two together. What do you guys think? Fairy Tale Oracle and the Fairy Tale Tarot? Or are you more a fan of the Sisterhood of the Seers Oracle that we just looked at with the Fairy Tale Tarot? Let me know. Personally, I'm good with this. I think this is pretty peaceful for me. So let's pull one more, and then we'll wrap up there. The Devil with Spiritual Ascension and the Six of Wands. Ooh, I love that. This is like coming out of some type of like karmic cycle or toxic pattern or whatever it is. You went through this spiritual ascension as the Rapunzel. Like, you high up in the sky, baby. Like, you're up there. They can't even F with you where you are. They can't touch you where you are. And you have the Six of Wands. Victory, success, achievement, right? Recognition. Like, you so far up in the freaking sky that your enemies, the toxic people, the karmic, all that shit can't even touch you. And I'm loving this deck right here. So let me know what you guys think about this perfect pairing here. This is the Fairy Tale Tarot. I did pair it with two different potentials. The first being the Sisterhood of the Seers Oracle, and the second being the Fairy Tale Oracle. Let me know what you guys think about this pairing here and which one you personally would go with. The next deck for us to look at today is the Tarot of the Goddesses by Antonella Platano and Strega Della Mele. I hope I said that correctly. I apologize if I did not. This is published by Lo Scarabeo. You do get 78 tarot cards as well as a book here. Let's go ahead and take this baby open and see how it looks. Okay, here we have her. She's so beautiful. I do love this color. Such a beautiful color here, and a beautiful box as well. It is a two-piece box. Pulls apart just like this with this inside here. And you do get a guidebook as well. Here is what our guidebook looks like. So as you can see, it comes in different languages there, and it tells you there exactly which languages it comes in. Let's go ahead and open up our cards. Give me 1 second to get the plastic off, and I'll be right back. Got a couple of title cards here. Peers. Here are the beautiful backs. Now with this deck, I did have the Goddesses deck, Universal Goddesses Tarot prior to, so I'm not really sure if this is the exact same deck or not. So let's take a look and see. I did put them back in order so that we can look at those together. And just so that you know what I'm talking about the Universal Goddesses Tarot. This is one that I've had from Llewellyn for a few years now, and it's a tuck box. And I'm just curious if these two are the same deck or if this is like a revised edition. I'm not exactly sure. So we're going to look at these side by side just to get an idea of, are these the same deck? Has there been like some minimal changes? And if they're not the same deck, just let me know, which of these do you prefer the most? The Universal Goddess Tarot or our new deck here, the Tarot of the Goddesses. Similar titles, but I'm not exactly sure if they are the exact same tarot deck with a few new additions. So let's take a look and see. Here's our new deck here. And here is our older deck, which is the Universal Goddesses Tarot. As you can see, here are the backs. Okay. Not exactly the same, right? Very different there. But let's flip them over and just take a look and see how similar they may potentially be. Like I said, I'm unboxing this with you guys, so I'm not exactly sure if this is the same deck, if it's different. I have no clue. So let's see. And right straight away, you can see, oh my God, they are definitely similar. Okay, this is this is our newer deck. And this is our older deck we've had for a few years, or I have had for a few years. Okay. So let's take a look and see if there's any differences here. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so you guys can see very well. Let's take a look and see. But yeah, there you have it, the Tarot of the Goddesses deck here. I mean, I do think it's really wonderful. I just happen to already have the same deck in an older edition. So let me know what you guys think about this here, the Tarot of the Goddesses. I think I love the color. That's one of the updates that I do love. I love the color. I love the box. Let me know what you guys think about that there. And yeah, I love to hear from you down below in the comments. Make sure that you're liking, subscribing, sharing, all of that good stuff when it comes to my video. And I thank you for watching Lala Tarot. I will see you in my next video. Bye.